back line here and such a powerful front line to protect it. I really like the straightforwardness of WE's composition.
Yeah, from sort of the Azir one-trick perspective, this Orianna did just come off of a base. She's even got the mid wave pushed in. Bot lane had that wave pushed in pretty well as in addition to that, so I don't think you can really contest here as WE. And this is, again, a good early game start.
Chains of Corruption coming on out, going to find Yao Yao, but that is the only target. True Shot Barrage goes on across, doesn't land on a feather, does get on.
Make his way to his first few items. I wouldn't be surprised if he eventually has like a half item lead over Ryan.
Nice decimating smash found there by Cube. Wasn't quite ready with the Soul Furnace follow-up. There's going to be a Solar Flare coming on out, and Yao Yao just trying to make the dive happen, and he will. Eclipse is a hell of a drug there. Lets him tank up that turret all day long, and it is a kill.
I mean, you can't really survive that as Ryan. He cleanses the Leona ult. Here we go.
He's going to be shoveled back on in. Haru trying his best to escape. Flashes away, but Cataclysm matches on top of him. Shockwave, too little, too late. Karis.
Yeah, pretty negative outlook here for the top side of TT.
Certainly, his Feather a little bit caught out in the middle of 3 members of WE, but Junhao and Haru going to be able to show up here, give him a little bit of backup. Going to be trying to run interference for the rest of his squad is Yao Yao. Shockwave back on in. Knocked up, taken down. Junhao claims himself that kill, and WE a little bit split in that river fight, not able to give the support that Yao Yao needed.
Okay, TT, that's pretty good, but they do still have the ultimates here for Azir Jarvan. Ezreal's is coming up as well. I'd like to see the 3v4 contest. Here comes Sion.
TP, yeah, but Cube gonna get interrupted. Keshi uses the Ruthless Predator, interrupts the TP, but the engage coming through anyway. Shuffle back in. Karis gets everybody into the middle of the Jarvan Cataclysm, and they're just going to line him up and knock him down for a bout. I think that's a triple kill over to him. Yao Yao comes through onto Feather. Karis cleans up that kill, and that is 4 down for Thunder. A miracle win for this game. They already find themselves firmly in control, and Thunder Talk are the ones who need to try to find a way back into this.
Yeah, we got a way back in cooking right now, Gordo.
Cube up in the front line. Shockwave connects onto 2, but they're both very tanky, and Feather, through the Unbreakable Will, has taken more damage than anybody. Junhao throws him back in, looking to get onto Cube. Keshi finds the stun onto Yao Yao, and that will be the first kill of the fight. Monkey going to commit the Cataclysm, lock down Junhao, and About will be able to finish off the kill. Monkey wants some more. Flags and drags forward. True Shot Barrage picks off the cow. 2 for 1 so far, and WE not looking to slow down. Haru isolated, but able to avoid that shot from About that could have put him in the dinner bell is a ringing. Monkey ready to start this one up, and it's going to be a TP back after the recall for Karis if necessary, just to make sure that they're going to be able to secure this one. But it doesn't look like Thunder Talk are even going to be able to muster themselves much of a defense. They finish it off, About and Monkey in no time flat, and WE with a second dragon and continuing to take down these outer turrets.
Yeah, so in terms of the ways back into the game, you're going to need to find some
back
kind of
onto the Baron. This time it's 4v5.
Yeah, this is totally a masterclass. They're just forcing the enemy team to have no vision of them. That's why they've been going in for the past couple minutes. And as TT, you're going to have to find a way in.
Keshi trying to find a creative angle in here, but it might be too little too late. Junhao already in the front line, shuffled back by Karis. Karis goes into the stasis as the jungler drops. In goes Monkey, attacking the back line. Ryan left to fight alone as his mid laner already dropped, and that's a 5-for-0 ace to WE.
Yeah, extremely well played across. From that, he has plenty of uptime there to just be standing there, just completely taking space, then using the Seeker's Arm Guard as well. I think the way that he set himself up here with all this utility, with the Rylai's, with the Merc Treads, with the Seekers, he's just able to do stuff like that.
Oh, Feather found again and just melted through the Unbreakable Will. Yao Yao and About, damage in spades to be able to deal with the Alistair. And now they get to continue on this siege. Ryan going to be the target, hit by the Unstoppable Onslaught. Chain CC'd and melted down by Monkey and Cube. 2 different pairs of WE members find 2 different kills. And they now are just sieging the base completely uncontested. 1 play to go in this mid lane inhibitor turret, and Karis still pushing on the bottom side.
Yeah, and I think Sion was the perfect champion to draft for Cube. He is cooking this game, and every single thing that he is doing is just making his team even easier to win. It looks like they have advantages all across the board. I think that, yeah, this was really well played out of WE.
Yeah, absolutely here. Just going to take themselves each and every inhibitor that they can before retreating back. But hopefully going to get that one back here before too long. I'm pretty sure WE are still winning, Bulls. I'll take a solid bet on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've just pulled up the LPL English, and it looks like we're killing an Orianna right now. The score's 16-3. We've got a 15K gold lead. We've got 12 Medjai stacks. We're probably about to get even more Medjai stacks. I mean, this one is all she wrote. There's literally not one single thing that could possibly done to come back from this one. If you're TT, I think you take your hopes and you transfer them to next game, because you can still find a way to win this series. They had some kind of a look. They got that first Drake. They were able to poise themselves for victory in the early game, but just seemed that this mid lane and this bot lane was just too hard to handle. Keshi held his own, but his team did not hold up their end of the bargain here. So looks like WE is going to walk away the victors.
Yep, they will be able to easily close out this game. A 16K gold lead at the end of the day for WE. And I think this was the cleanest game we've seen from them. Solid this game, but Feather going to snap up the Braum instead, give them a little bit of additional disengage power otherwise, and will be set up
able to set himself up with a jungle advantage. We saw that happen last game too. Junhao was able to generate a slight advantage over Monkey, but his team just kind of lost out in their lanes. Sort of like what we're seeing up here. I wouldn't be too concerned. Actually, probably I would, given Viego's proximity. I would say the Rumble heals this back up, but when Monkey's here, this is bad.
Yeah, Keshi just taking a rough trade there. Going to have to flash away. Going to get matched by Cube. Stunned, executed, first blood.
Captain Jacket, but you do kind of want to be having your cleanse up. So with that being such a favorable trade down there, typically blue side is better at taking grubs and red side better at taking Drake.
Ooh, Monkey
spot him
found
out here.
Feather going to get stunned on up even through the Unbreakable. Now gets pulled in by the Magnet Storm.
Oh, this is
trying
good.
desperately to get back away. Monkey flashes forward, finishes him off, but will get killed to the backside. And the Cyclone spinning across the team. Gonna hand over a double kill to Ryan.
Win the fight and probably the whole game thereafter, but you don't get the reset. It's chopped, you die, and you're not too happy. So really clutch exhaust, really good for TT. Let's see if they get all 3 grubs or just 2.
One grubby already down, make that 2 here, but this is where Monkey is going to look to claim it. No, it goes the way of Junhao, but it might cost him his life. Karis is all over him. He's going to fall down. Big all-out found by Cube. Pulls Keshi into the middle of the crew for a second, and they're going to look for more. Realm Warp in towards Hero and Feather. They will be able to get themselves out of there, but WE a quick 2 kills as recompense for those grubs.
Yeah, the grubs feel great, but perhaps they overstayed their welcome. Ryan, I think, might... Ooh, I was going to say might have him here, but he does get the flash out. Oh, this is a good look as well.
What an overstay from Monkey.
That's
here,
a Monkey play if I've ever seen one.
Oh, boy.
You do all right. You can just keep proccing first strike, generating gold. You're going to be strong against everybody else, aside from this full MR Cassante.
Feather face checking into 3 members of WE here, but he seems to want the fight. Goes for the Glacial Fissure, lands it onto Yao Yao. Junhao trying to focus his damage through on towards that Rel as well. And Junhao will claim the kill, but they finish off Hiru on the opposite side, and Hiru going to end up falling on down. Now going to be a good attempt at this dragon here for Monkey, but gonna have to brawl with the jungler first. Karis is just one shot. They smite down onto the dragon. Does go the way of Monkey, and he gets himself another reset. What else can he find? Heartbreaker forward. Another kill. Another reset. Monkey demolishes the dragon fight. A triple kill on the V8.
It's totally fine. No, it's not. He just completely procs, passive, triumph, takes everybody's soul, and then some. Super well played to Monkey, completely clutching that fight.
Really, really well done by Monkey. And oh, Keshi at risk of getting solo killed here. Does manage to survive.
Gets way too out of control. He's got the Sundered Sky now. How can you even keep up?
Yeah, it looks like they made another play in towards the bot lane here too to just keep on bullying Haru. And Haru does drop down.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think they are. You know, trading this bot tower for the Rift Herald is pretty good. I really like Rift Herald overall as an objective. You know, it feels kind of... Okay. Let's take a look at this first.
Yeah, Root connects, and this might just be a dead Keshi. I mean, Monkey is so strong here on these item spikes. He flashes forward, he gets one reset. It is onto the Rumble, and he doesn't take the turret aggro. Now has to Heartbreaker back away, trying to escape, but Junhao gets the bonk before it is too late. And now Karis might be next on the menu, channeling the Realm Warp, hiding out in the corner, but Junhao will find him.
He's so threatening to take care of, and that is exactly what TT needed. You know, WE just overstepped a bit, and we got another problem on the Rift here.
Feather going to be able to stay alive for a while. Wow, about Killer Instinct forward, right into the face of Thunder Talk, and Haru is there to punish. Quick kill going over to TT, and now Cube might be up too far as well. Trying to buy some time for Monkey. In goes Yao Yao. Magnet Storm onto 4. Triple stun from Cube, but Monkey is scattered back away. Haru staying strong, creating the fight lines. 2 more kills to Thunder Talk.
Yeah, and out of nowhere, one play in the top side, one in the bot side, Thunder Talk just starts running away with this game. They've got a gold lead, and they just summon the Rift Herald. They can probably get even more work done with this here. I mean, I guess it's just W rage bait from Feather. He's like, oh no, you caught me recalling, and suddenly, about steps too far, completely walks into Ryan's waiting arms there just to kill him, and we might have another blunder here. What is going on, Gordo?
Yeah, Monkey just feeling too overconfident, I suppose, with the amount of kills he picked up earlier. Just hands over another one, and I think that was even a small, error there from Thunder Talk. They were going to be able to knock him up with the Rift Herald, just barely shorted it, and it didn't even matter. They didn't need to try to retain some control over the top side river, but all of Thunder Talk are here. Equalizer going to come on across. Monkey and About trying to escape. Flash from Keshi makes the pick onto About, and down goes the carry. Yao Yao now next up on the menu. Karis going to try to help out his support, but he's done for. Haru claims the kill.
Yeah, they're just cooking, and I was just going to say how aptly named Monkey with About off the screen and Yao Yao off the screen. Those are 2 people in the graveyard and 2 less people to stop TT from taking the Baron.
Oh, a pick onto Ryan, though. Monkey back alive.
Monkey giveth.
Makes a play. And
Magic boots. So you see he's even able to increase that gold lead with the GA pickup. He's got some extra items in his inventory. He's pretty darn strong, Gordo. So I think, and that's also the nature of Viego, you can solo carry games with this champ. All you need to do is just set yourself up for 1 reset. As long as it's onto a good champ, 1 reset can become a pentakill. So I think if there's anyone on the Viego, regardless of the mistakes he made earlier in this game, there's anybody you want in the clutch on the Viego. I honestly low-key think it's Monkey. I say that, but he's he's
all right. Hey, yeah. He escaped. He got out of there, but now the Heartbreaker's on cooldown, and the rest of Thunder Talk are using this Baron to siege onto this inner turret. 3 plates already down, soon to be 4. They might just claim this whole damn thing. Karis working on an inner turret of his own up on the top side, so it is a little bit of a trade, but Thunder Talk still have Baron at their backs. They're not going to slow down on this push. We need to mount some kind of defense.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why their towers are just falling all across the map here is Karis chose to play offense instead of defense. I honestly like it. That's kind of how I tend to play these situations. You can even give up the inhib if need be. I would imagine TT goes straight for the Drake because it's a pretty big price to pay, spending the extra.
A little bit far away from the rest of the team. Monkey already starting to poke that dragon. TP blown from Haru, and now TP comes in here from the Rumble as well. Keshi showing on up to this fight. It's going to be a full-on 5-on-5. Yao Yao looking for a deep flank angle as he gets into the enemy jungle. Harassment coming in from the flank. Look at Yao Yao as he looks to try to find a way to get the massive Magnet Storm on across. Now he's behind enemy lines. Up in the front line is Cube. He finds 1 stun. Magnet Storm comes on across. Feather, the only one locked down. About launches himself into the back line. Keshi going to throw on down that equalizer, and the rest of WE going to have to get away from it. About cut off from the rest of the team. Going to be able to make it a 1-for-1 with Keshi as the first reset of the fight comes through for Monkey. Realm Warp out away, trying to chase down Junhao. Comes out of Karis, but that means he's left Monkey all on his own. WE split themselves apart at the seams during the fight, but
solo carry games with a lead, it is Viego. So it's just the Monkey show this game, Gordo. It really is.
Yeah, finding a double stun. Scat of the Week goes wide. They find Haru on the backside, and they will get the first execute of the fight. Monkey gonna get focused down, though. He drops in pretty short order, and Karis doing his best to pump out the damage on the machine gun mage. Gets a set across, but Junhao will finish him as he's finished 2 others. Triple
Drake is
kill.
spawning in 2 minutes. That is the main win condition. And, you know, obviously TT is going to be able to set themselves up in the river, have first priority control over the area, over the vision. They can control the space.
Bank, but instead, WE are kind of avoiding the fight entirely. They're going to just try to race through mid, but they're up against Baron and 3 Grubs. They will not win this race. They've got to get back here. They're going to lose their bot lane inhibitor.
Yeah, you're going to be losing inhibitors here, but you just have to find a way to contest this Drake. I feel like if you lose this Drake, you lose. Obviously, if you lose your Nexus, you lose. That's what TT wants to do here.
Going to start channeling the recall from about. He obviously does not have access to the teleport, so it's going to be a while away. Cube takes a big chunk of damage from Keshi and Ryan. Finally about able to return and try to rain through a little bit of the damage that these APWs can provide. TP in from behind. Cube looking for the flank. WE looking for a big fight here. Dashing forward. Cube trying to find the stun. He manages to get it onto Ryan. Ryan isolated back away. Magnet Storm connects across the team fight. Karis going to stay there, continue to fire away, and WE have found the team fight that they needed. Karis coming in from the side, picks himself up a triple kill. It is a clean
They get the Dragon Soul Goro from that position. Are you kidding me?
Karis biding his time.
Yeah, you guys don't belong here, man. And just Magnet Storms all of them.
Dragon Soul now to WE. One more thing I want to highlight from Karis in that last fight.
He's going to get the death cap. Kaisa being one of the best champs with the extra inventory slot, I don't think he's going to make it that far. We definitely have a look on Cube here, by the way.
Yeah, Cube getting collapsed on. Realm Warp is coming on over, though. Karis is here to back up his top laner. Can Cube stay alive for long enough? Concussive Blow's going to hold him still, and Haru claims the kill. 4 versus 5 on the map. Thunder Talk.
It should be relatively even. We're going to see a contest here.
Monkey going to look for the steal at the very least. Baron dropping lower and lower. Karis steps on up. Going to get knocked up by Feather. He has to flash back away, but now can find an opportunity to pump out the damage. About dashes forward. Magnet Storm on through the rest of the team, but torching the entire crew is Keshi. The respawns come on through. None of them are enough, but Monkey finds himself another reset. It's a triple kill to Ryan, but Monkey still staying alive. Still such a massive threat, and has stalled out the Baron. Jumps over the wall, gets back over with
advantage. We got elixirs across the board here. Here we go.
Yeah, kind of finds Keshi off on his own, and I mean, this is a full-on pick. He goes into the stasis trying to buy time for the rest of the team to bail him out, but about going to finish him off in no time flat, and this is right as the Elder Dragon is spawning. Thunder Talk without one of their major damage dealers, and the poke from about starting to land. Yao back to his old tricks, but this time on Vision. Can he find a pathway in to engage?
I mean, Cube has the Infinity Stone of Shield right now.
Oh, Haru isolated out. Karis nearly one-shots him, and that's the go button for WE, baby. Yao will take any target he can find, as will Cube. Dashes forward to find the stun across multiple members. Ryan pops the Transcendence to be able to create a little bit of space. Nobody else on Thunder Talk going to fall, but now the Dragon easier than ever to start up and claim for WE.
Yeah, they're sprinting to the Baron. They took the mid wave. There's just no way they have enough time. If anybody breathes on Haru, he just dies, by the way. If someone even so much as flicks him, he will die.
And there's Yao and Cube thrown right into the middle of everybody. Haru going to be able to zone us away from the Heartbreaker, but Monkey was waiting for him all along. Feather going to be next up on the menu, starting to burn down to that Elder damage, and they did manage to cut Junhao away from the rest of the team. Mega Blast Cones let him get that distance, but this Baron is now WE's.
Yeah, they are going to get both of the OP objectives, with the third one in tow being the Dragon Soul. You have absolutely everything you could possibly have in a League of Legends match to end the game. Now let's just see if they can...
And now that might just have kind of unrecoverable consequences for the rest of TT up against this triple epic buff WE squad. They take down 2 inhibitors. Baron buff on these minions, going to try to close this one out if they can find the team fight that they need. Poke damage starting to come through from about. Lands onto Haru and will take him down to about half HP. They don't need to slow down here either. Their frontliners still at pretty good health totals, and none of this harassment starting to connect on through. Karis with all of of his cooldowns up and available. Going to continue to push on up with these Baron minions, and they're going to start to work onto the Nexus turrets. Feather taking a little bit of harassment here, but nobody wanting to fully commit to the engage quite yet. First Nexus turret going to fall on down. Void Spike still connecting here. These Void Seekers pushing back TT as this long-range damage source that they just can't respond to.
Oh, they're out of towers. They're out of room to run.
Finally, Yao Yao going to pull the trigger about right onto the back line. Flashes forward looking for Ryan. Doesn't get much done. Goes into the stasis, but the whole while long, the next...